Hey, YouTube, Facebook, Flecker Scenes, Ink and Paper Media, various sites I might get this posted on. This is Kevin Span again, starting with Heartcakeparty here, 1 year later. So, hope you don't know, why don't you introduce yourselves? Let's be back up.
Hey, this is Jeremy.
And this is Casey. He sings.
Jeremy does stuff. He sings too and plays guitar. That's cool.
Does that make me... No, because I don't sing as good as you, so I'm not as talented as you.
You're
You're not as talented as me, because I play too much.
You're the best.
I'm just cool, man. Well, it's good to meet up with you again.
Yeah.
It's been exactly almost a year.
How far away from where we were last time?
Like 20 minutes, 25.
Oh, that far? I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. So it's like on the other side of town.
Pretty much.
There's a hot dog stand, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is south side, that's Gadsden. This is across the bridge.
Oh, okay, so it's like fuck Gadsden, this is south side. Alright, cool.
So, we're about a year since we hung out. What have y'all been up to?
Without being harsh or anything, we've been waiting on this album to come out, man. We've been really stoked on it. We recorded.
Yeah, we've been trying to get it out for basically about a year.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Now, I had a hard time with it.
Had some issues during, I guess, you know, trying to get money from mastering and stuff like that. But you know, there's some legal things that we had no idea about with the process of releasing the CD. Like things we'd never even thought about, like make sure that everything is exactly spelled right for the files. Not even like anything that anybody's going to see, just the files that, you know, it's just like just things that I never would have thought of.
I guess we got signed since then.
Yeah, we got signed.
To Indianola Records. That's cool.
So that's how you say that.
Indianola, yeah.
Indianola, okay.
They're out of Valdosta, Georgia.
A couple of really great bands come from them. What, Greeley Estates, Day to Remember,
Yeah, Day to Remember's on there.
Cross 5 Aprils.
Oh yeah.
So
We're done forever.
we're pretty excited about that. Gonna do our first release July 17th. So we're all really excited about that.
Actually, we just released the first single off the album. It's called Cot Waffle.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, and is it just YouTube?
I think right now.
Yeah, we have a lyric video out for it.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool.
go check that out for sure. Yeah.
So y'all have changed the lineup a little bit. Why don't you tell us about that?
Did we have?
We had
we had.
You didn't have
We
Shelby.
had Chris, but we didn't have Shelby.
Yeah.
And I thought y'all had the drummer thing figured out. I guess not.
Our bass player, you know, basically found out he had a son, and you know, he did the right thing and decided to go be a father. You know, because he in his heart felt like he couldn't balance both lives, and I find that to be very admirable. You know, we miss him. He's a great dude. We're still friends with him. Still talk to him. I mean, he did the right thing. I'm a father myself. I have a 5-year-old fixing to turn 6 in July. So she just finished up kindergarten last Friday, and I don't blame him at all for going to choose to do that life, because balancing both of them is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. My mom lives in Chicago and my dad lives in Tennessee, so I mean, you can imagine I have like really no, you know, nobody I can just be like, hey, I gotta leave for 30 days, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, there's arrangements that have to be made like months ahead of time to make these things happen. You know. We're fixing to be really busy, I think.
I played with Zach for a while, so he was one of the original members of the band. So it's definitely no bad blood whatsoever. Like, totally respectable reason that he left, and it sucks he had to, but
We were fortunate. We actually had Shelby lined up. He told us before the last tour. Actually, when we met with you last year, that was his last. That was his last show.
Yeah,
that
I
night.
remember that.
And you know, luckily we had Shelby, you know, that worked at the 7, and he really wanted to do it, and he came in and, you know, just stepped up to the plate. So we're really fortunate to find a bass player like that, you know, just real quick.
He's
Knew our
awesome,
material, you know.
And Mark's actually our original drummer from the original lineup. He's just filling in for us tonight. And then we'll be back to the regular lineup, or regular drummer that you saw last time. So nothing's changed on that front at all. Mark's just helping us out tonight.
Just some scheduling issues.
Things happen when you're just, you know, you play weekend shows. Things happen sometimes. So
So tell us about how I got hooked up with Indianola Records.
That happened.
Justin?
Justin, pretty much, right?
Our manager Justin hooked us up with these guys. He had this day will tell. They came through and played at the 7 venue, and he runs. Or at that time, he was doing all the booking for the 7 venue, and he hollered at the guys and said, "Hey, why don't you talk to your management or talk to your dudes and see if we can hop on a couple of weeks with you?" And that's when we did the October tour with them a year and a half ago. And from there, it was just he started contacting Matt from Indianola and started talking, and he liked our stuff, and we just went from there.
And then we took the record we were recording, and they wanted to pick it up and release it on their label, so we were definitely down.
I mean, yeah, instead of releasing the album and having little folded up pieces of paper with burnt CDs,
Like what we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're gonna be in Hot Topic and whatnot, so we're really stoked about that. You know, I mean, it's gonna be cool if we can walk into a Hot Topic and see our CD on display.
That'd be cool.
Kind of surreal, man. Even though it's like not the biggest thing in the world, we're not Nickelback, we're not Metallica or
I
anything.
want to be
You know?
Nickelback, though.
I mean, it's nothing like that, but you know, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been playing in bands for 14 years. Yes, I'm that old, and it's really what I've been working for. You know, is this step. You know, it's a milestone. Hopefully, it just boosts off to something more. You know, keeps going.
So tell us a little bit more about the upcoming full length.
Full length's gonna be 10 tracks. It's gonna be July 17th of this year, 2012. It's gonna be called Mock Heroic, and I don't know, what else can you add to that?
You should tell the story about what that means, because that's pretty interesting.
I don't know, we kind of have a few meanings for like why we chose Mock Heroic. It's like, I guess the definition of the word Mock Heroic is like a parody, which is kind of what everybody like takes us as usually, because I mean we did choose a pretty shitty name. I mean,
really ridiculous name.
we know it is, like we don't give a fuck. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
distinctive.
it's a band name, it's whatever, but you know, it's kind of like that idea, parody. Like most people just assume that, but I mean, obviously, this is what we want to do, so it's not a joke to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to have fun with it,
But there is I mean, you know, there are a lot of really good bands out there. There's a lot of really good people out there, but you know, there's also another side to that coin. You know, no matter how you look at it, there's good people, there's bad people, there's good bands, there's bands that, you know, I mean, there are people out there. I mean, I've ran across a couple of, you know, in my time where, I mean, I grew up at 16 years old listening to these bands, and then when I meet them in person, like we play a show with them, or we're running security for them, or we meet
don't
up
meet
with
your
them.
heroes thing.
Yeah, you're not meeting your hero. You're meeting a really poor guy that has a really bad ego. You know, and that's kind of what that's kind of where we're going
that's
with
the
it,
alternate
you know?
meaning. Like it was a kind of a double, but
Yeah, it's kind of it's like a double-sided coin meaning. You know, I mean,
so there's mock heroics out there, and that's kind of like
there's people that you know, there's kids out there that look up to these guys just because they have this array of ego around them, when really, you know, when they go home off a tour, they're working at KFC and barely paying their bills as well too, you know what I mean? So, you know, and they might be shitty people just in general, you know, I mean, there's shitty people out there. That's the facts of life, you know, and it takes a long time to figure that out, and unfortunately, you know, 9 times out of 10 those shitty people have the most to say and the most to flaunt, you know, and really that's not heroic at all if you think about it, you know. It's not something to look up to by any means, you know. I don't want my daughter growing up looking up to those kind of people.
right.
So that's how, you know, what it means to us, I guess.
Right.
So I really like that title. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
So tell us a bit more